All right, so we're here. This is after you're responding to what you think slope means. Now, this slide here is has a little bit about what slope means. To start, what is slope? Slope is actually the steepness of a line. So how steep is a line? One of the most common things that students remember about slope is rise over run. And so let's say I want to measure the steepness of this line here between these 2 points. Then I can count. It's usually on a graph, and I could count the rise over run. And so how many steps did it rise? How many steps does it run? Now, it doesn't always rise, right? This case here, you can see it's moving down and then it goes left. And so rise over run could represent a negative or a positive number. There's different types of slope, positive slope. These are all representations of positive slope, and so on. There's something else that maybe, and maybe something that you said is not on here, and that's totally fine. Another thing that should come to mind is this equation here. And if I were you, I would write this down. We know that something that comes to my mind is y equals mx plus b. Now, although this doesn't quite represent a slope just on its own, it does represent the equation where slope is part of. Now, which part of this is your slope? That would be your m value here. Another thing that comes to my mind is, well, what is m? Well, remember that m could be calculated in different ways. One of the things that I always remembered from school is that m can equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, maybe you didn't write that in the previous slide, but that's okay. I'm reminding you. And maybe now that you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. Now, what is y2, y1, x2, x1? You always need some sort of coordinate points, x and a y, but you need 2 of them. Doesn't matter what it is. But in this case, I'm going to call these x1 and x2. And I would, whatever numbers are here, substitute that into this equation.